Yesterday we explored the area around Chernobyl. Today we'll explore the city of Pripyat. But first, let's talk about Pripyat a little bit, while you can see some images of this city before that 26th of April 1986, when everything changed. So goodbye hotel, if you can call it like that. It's time to go for a new adventure. Pripyat is, or better was, a city that was part of the Soviet Union back in 1986 and now is part of the territory of Ukraine. It was founded in 1970, so at the time of the explosion was only 16 years old. Nevertheless, it was a very rich and luxury city for the standards of the Soviet Union. The life quality was very high. It even had supermarkets, hotels, restaurants, café, swimming pool, cinema, and the famous amusement park.
Well, in terms of the houses, you are not allowed to visit the houses, don't you, right? You are not violating the law, I rely on you. Of course. Of course.
'The city was populated with 49,000 people, divided in 8-10 districts. The plan was to build 2 more neighborhoods for every new reactor to accommodate all the workers and their families. In 1986, there were 4 working reactors, while the 5th was in construction. The original plan was to build 12 reactors. You can imagine what this city could have become if... April 1986, a date that humanity will never forget. At 1:23, following the numerous errors made by the technicians during a safety test and due to some serious design flaws, the reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant explodes, causing the most serious atomic disaster in human history. The next day, the authorities decide to evacuate the city, and residents have been told to take only the bare essential of their belongings and leave quickly. Not a big deal, as they have been reassured that they will come back in 3 days. They never did. In 3 hours, the city was totally evacuated. terrible disaster that blew the ambition of the Soviet Union, who thought to be invincible, that everything built by them was perfect and without any flaw. It wasn't. Lies after lies, we arrived to the Chernobyl disaster, that according to the ex-President Gorbachev, was the main cause of the collapse of the Soviet Union. The Chernobyl Liquidators were civils and military who were called to deal with the consequence of the explosions. Firefighters, coal miners, but also scientists, engineers and civilians. All people we should thank to have prevented this disaster to be even bigger and destroy half of the Europe we know.
Words about this place. Before the accident, the administration of the city, like city council. After the accident, the administration of the accident. So the decisions about cleanup procedures, removing the ground, all these things, all the decisions, and they were taken here. This building here, the hotel, the famous Hotel Polissya, where Legasov and Sherbina was quartered, and the headquarters of all the other liquidators. They were quartered here in this very hotel. Remember the movie? Where Legasov was drinking vodka?
Yeah.
And the lady asked him, "Are you from Moscow, comrade?"
Yeah.
Because of his accent. That was here. With boxing ring, swimming pool, cinema, opera hall, photography classes, fox hunting classes. They had fox hunting classes. Remember I told you that they had their own summer camp? Yeah. So fox hunting classes, and then you go to the summer camp and you can practice fox.
This place is incredible. Used to be, at least for a few days, a Disneyland. Now there are the same number of people, tourists. This is the famous amusement park. Opened just a few days after the accident to distract people from what happened. So this is the stadium, and that's where the football pitch should have been. Just look at it now, just nature, trees. Today nature is invading the city and the surrounding area, and at least apparently it has become a paradise for animals that no longer have to interact with man, circulate freely, and occupy abandoned structure. However, mutations are not yet known.
Okay, now it's your turn.
It's already 1:40 in the air. Let's get close.
It's not that bad. This is gamma.
Despite the common information, the city was never completely abandoned. Military, police, scientists, and other public authorities used the city as a base to clean radiation in the newly created zone of exclusion.
Gorbachev said that we spent like 18 billion more, actually. It should be like 24, 23.
This is the Stalker bus. People who enter Chernobyl, probably without authorization. Let's look inside. You can see people probably lived here. Now there is no more than a gas mask and a guest book. A city built to be the new Moscow or Las Vegas that has been abandoned from a day to another. Almost 1 million broken lives, even though the official documents say only 31. Stories of politics, of lies, but above all, stories of the heroes who sacrificed themselves to save the whole Europe. This is Pripyat.